Hello friends, today we're going to talk about a major shift in British military aviation, the retirement of the legendary Puma helicopters, and how they're being replaced by modern alternatives like the Chinook H-47 and the Airbus H145, also known as Jupiter HC2. This story might seem technical at first glance, but it's actually a great example of how defense modernization works. How governments phase out old technology and maintain operational readiness even during transitions. The Puma HC2 has served the UK military for more than 50 years. These medium-lift helicopters have been deployed in various missions around the world, from troop transport and supply runs to firefighting and humanitarian aid. But like all technology, even the most reliable aircraft need to retire. In March 2025, the UK Royal Air Force officially began retiring the Pumas. Why? Because maintaining these aging helicopters had become too costly, and as aviation standards evolve, it's important to replace older fleets with helicopters that are safer, faster, and more fuel-efficient. The Pumas were especially critical in Cyprus and Brunei, where they supported British forces with aerial mobility, jungle training, and even firefighting in the hot Mediterranean summer. To avoid a sudden capability gap, the Ministry of Defence quickly responded. 2 Chinook H-47 helicopters have been deployed to Cyprus. Now you might recognise the Chinook by its iconic twin-rotor design. It's a heavy-lift helicopter and has been in service with several militaries across the world. So what can Chinooks do? These helicopters can lift over 10 tons of cargo, carry dozens of troops, and stay airborne longer than the Puma. Currently, they're being used in Cyprus to support British operations and to help with aerial firefighting, which is a seasonal threat during the hot months. But there's a twist here. One of these Chinooks is also due to be retired soon. Why? Because the UK is also gradually phasing out 14 of its oldest Chinooks to make room for newer versions. So while Chinooks are a short-term solution in Cyprus, they're not the final replacement. All right, now comes the long-term plan. The Airbus H145, also known as Jupiter HC2 in the UK. The Ministry of Defence has ordered 6 of these helicopters, and they are expected to replace the Puma role in both Cyprus and Brunei starting in the year 2026. So let's understand why the H145 was chosen. This is a light utility helicopter, very modern, equipped with advanced navigation, digital avionics, and safety features. It's not as large as the Chinook, but is perfectly suited for missions like jungle training, light transport, firefighting, and aerial reconnaissance. Now, these H145s are already in use for training purposes in the UK, and soon they'll take over real-world military roles as well. The beauty of the H145 is that it's versatile, cost-effective, and easy to maintain, all crucial factors when you're operating far from home, like in Brunei or Cyprus. So the big question is, will this transition impact operations? The Ministry of Defence says no, it won't. They have planned everything to ensure zero loss in operational output. While the Pumas are phased out, Chinooks are filling the immediate gap, and H145s are being prepared to take over permanently. In the meantime, personnel are being trained, logistical support is being set up, and base operations are being adapted. In Cyprus, this is especially important. The RAF base there not only supports UK troops, but is also strategically located near the Middle East and Eastern Mediterranean, a vital position for British foreign policy and NATO cooperation. So, what's the big picture here? The UK is making a smart step-by-step transition from an old helicopter fleet to a modern one, balancing costs, capability, and strategic readiness. By bringing in the Chinook and H145, the RAF is not only maintaining its power projection abroad, but also reducing long-term maintenance costs. This also shows how military planning isn't just about buying flashy new gear. It's about timing, training, deployment logistics, and most importantly, ensuring continuous operational support. So friends, this was the story of how the UK is upgrading its helicopter fleet in Cyprus and Brunei. It's a mix of legacy, logistics, and leadership.